I haven't been this excited about a pair of shoes in a long time. YouTube, what is up? It is the anonymous Sneakerhead, the most mysterious sneaker YouTuber in the game. Back with another video for you guys today, man. And today I have some absolutely great news for y'all. Obviously, I got an unboxing and a review. But before we even get into that, man, I got some great news to y'all. I woke up this morning to the notification that we hit 800 subscribers. That's 800, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with your boy. Thank all of you that have been around since the beginning, since the resurgence of the channel last July, and the very few of you that were around way back when we first started the channel and took that break, that little hiatus for a couple years. But man, thank you guys so much, man. Thank you for the support. The goal, like you guys know, is to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. So if you are new here, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the red button, turn on your notification bell, join the channel, join the anonymous Sneakerhead family. A lot of great things going on here. Try to make my videos as diverse as possible, at least as diverse as they can be in the sneaker YouTube game. Also, make sure that you go ahead and smash that like button, man. The like button really helps with the algorithms. For those of you that are supporting the channel and you want to know the best way to support, is by hitting that like button, man. It really helps bring new people to the videos, which can potentially bring new people to the channels. That's how the YouTube algorithms work. Also, comments help with that as well. But just make sure that you go ahead and smash that like button. And then last but not least, go ahead and follow the Instagram at Anonymous Sneakerhead. You get a lot of information up there first. Already posted about the 800 subscriber milestone that we hit this morning. So one more time, thank you guys, thank you guys, thank you guys. Now without further ado, let's get into this video, man. So this is, I guess, technically not a pickup. This was a gift, but it wasn't a gift that I was surprised about. My birthday is coming up this weekend, this Sunday. And my girlfriend was like, yo, what should I get you? My girlfriend obviously knows that I'm into sneakers. She actually got me these for Christmas, the Maison Chateau Rouge Mids. And that was a surprise. Was not expecting these at all. I'm so grateful to have these, but she was able to get me those for Christmas. And she's gotten me shoes. I've gotten her shoes. That's just something that obviously I'm into and she's starting to get into, which is dope. And she asked me what I wanted for this birthday. And there's a shoe that I have been chasing, not chasing because it's not hard to get, that I've been going back and forth with getting for a while. The main reason why I hadn't pulled the trigger was because of colorways. I'll get into that later in the video, but long story short, here it is. So you guys can see it. You see the brown box, the off-whitish box, and I'm not gonna lie, last summer when they first started this line, I was hating on this line, on the N354 line. I did a video with their very first N354 shoe, the Air Force One that they did, and I was calling it the knockoff white, the fake off white, but I didn't fully understand everything that was going behind the N354 line. I still think that the Air Force One type is an ugly shoe, and they made it in a bunch of different colorways. I still think it's ugly, don't get me wrong, but I was hating on the line in general, and I was saying they were biting off white, and that's not necessarily the case. So without further ado, you know what I'm saying, let's read what we got here. We have the Nike Air Zoom type. So in the N354 line, they're all types, prototypes. So we have the Nike Air Zoom type, and the official colorway here is black, anthracite, and white. Now, like I said, the reason why I didn't buy this shoe earlier had a lot to do with colorway. Had a lot of bunch of funky colorways, and this is a shoe that I want to wear a lot, especially with my profession being a coach. I want to wear these walking around, something super comfortable to have. But I'm not gonna stall anymore. I'm gonna take the shoe out for you. I have already unboxed these and already put them on, and here we go, man. The Nike Air Zoom type. This is the black and white colorway. Black, white, and gray color, man. Absolutely love these. Now, like I said, when these first came out, I'll put pictures on the screen. This is the first colorway that came out, which is cool. I might still, now that I have these, might end up going back and getting those because I do like it's a very similar colorway to this one. As you can see, you got your black upper, but we have the pink and green Zoom bags on that one, and we have the little teal, green or teal blue, whatever you want to call it, hits on the eyelets and on the heel there. But that's just too much color for what I wanted them for. And then they came out with like the black, pink, and gold one, and then there's an all white one with Volt, which that would just get way too dirty, way too fast. There's a gray one which I got really close to getting. And then the funny thing is, so like I said, my girlfriend got these for me. She asked me, like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, man, I really like these shoes. And so she was like, cool, just send me a link and I'll grab them for you. Dope. And the one that I sent her the link to was a custom pair on Nike ID that looked almost identical to these. I ID'd a pair of this exact same shoe. The only difference was I put gray shoelaces in it, and that's it. I put gray shoelaces in it. That was the only difference, and obviously I had some ID on the tongue that you could do where you put your own name or words or whatever you want to put on there, and that was on, I believe, the last day of September. The last day of September I did that, and then literally the next day on October 1st, Nike released this pair, and I was like, oh my god, I just had my girlfriend spend an extra $20 for a shoe that literally existed a day later. Long story short, I was talking to her and she, like a couple days later, she was like, yeah, by the way, I never ordered those. What's the link again? And I was like, thank God, now we can save money and just grab these, not the custom pair, man. I am so excited about this shoe right here. You guys have no idea. As you guys know, I am a football coach, and I walk around a lot. I spend a lot of time on my feet, whether in the office or on the field, and I've heard everybody talking about how comfortable these are. A lot of people were saying these are the most comfortable shoes ever. I'm big into Nike technology. These remind me a little bit, not aesthetically, but they remind me a little bit of the Joyride line that came out, which is a shoe that I still want to get my hands on. I'm just waiting for prices to drop even more. Prices on them are super low already. Maybe if I get a coupon. I like to collect all different versions of Nike technology. But heard a bunch of people saying really good things about these, and the people that I heard say it are people that usually when they say a shoe is comfortable, it's been comfortable 9 times out of 10. So I went ahead and got them, and man, oh man, as you can see, I've worn them. These are easily the most comfortable sneaker that I have ever put on my shoe in my life. These are the most comfortable sneakers in the world right now, at least as far as the major brands are concerned. Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Reebok, who else am I forgetting? K-Swiss, whatever. These are the most, out of the accessible brands, this is the single most comfortable sneaker that I have ever put on. I highly recommend anybody looking for a comfortable sneaker to go ahead and get these. Now, I'm not going to lie, they are kind of ugly. This particular colorway is less ugly than any other colorway. I think maybe it's because it's just really toned down with colors. We have the gray zoom bag here, which doesn't draw too much attention to that. No bright color accents on the upper of the shoe, so it is pretty toned down, and from a distance it's like a regular sneaker. But let's get into a full, more detailed review of the shoe. What makes this shoe so comfortable, man? Like I said, I'm big into the Nike tech. So let's start on the obvious part of the shoe that draws everyone's attention right away, and that is the heel part of the outsole, right? The heel part of the outsole, we obviously have this big lip over here, but we have double stacked Cushlon cushioning with a plastic plate running through it. I think it's, I'm not sure what type of plastic it is, but there's a plastic plate running through it. I know on the Alpha Fly Next Percent, we get a carbon plate, but that one's more for performance. This was more for lifestyle. So we do get that plastic plate here with the double cushioning. Now, when you are walking around in these, you could feel that Cushlon cushioning. It's so crazy how floaty, how bouncy these feel. Like the first time I put them on, I was like a little kid. I was just in the hallway, jumping up and down, bouncing around, taking steps. Like it felt good to walk. It was exciting to walk. The addition of the plastic plate. So with the carbon fiber plate, you get more of this sensation. But the whole reason why the plastic plate is here is as the shoe bends when your weight is in it, it's hard to do it with your foot. But as the shoe bends, the plastic plate, bang, is gonna kick the shoe back. It's going to kick it back to even. So you're going to take a step. It's going to bend, bang. It's going to kick it back. You're going to keep walking. So it almost propels you a little bit as you're walking. And you can definitely feel that sensation as you're going. So now as we move forward, obviously we have, looks like full-length Cushlon all the way through the midsole of the shoe. And then we get to these zoom bags. And these zoom bags, this is the most. Now people say, oh, you could feel. I've never worn a LeBron 17. I've heard a lot of people say good things about the zoom cushioning in LeBron 17. But I know that in the LeBron 12, which is the shoe that I like to play basketball in when I play outside, the LeBron 12, you can't feel the zoom too much because it's encapsulated. But these zoom bags have been let free. You can kind of see on the bottom, I'm sure, I'm not going to cut these open, but I'm sure if you were to dissect the shoe, there's air, just empty space between the two bags here, giving them full room and full range to flex, close and open back up. Man, absolutely love how these feel on foot. The zoom cushioning is fire. Now let's get into some of the little like aesthetic details, right? And before we even get into the aesthetic details, I guess I would say the one knock that I have on these shoes is the upper. Now the upper is very minimalistic. It's extremely light and it feels really good on foot. But I'm just a little worried about durability, so we'll see how that goes over time. It's like a little synthetic suede, a lot of room for ventilation. What would have made this shoe 100% perfect to me is if they added the upper from these right here. Yeah, so this is just a regular, I don't know, prime knit, fly knit upper. This is the Kevin Hart shoe that I don't have the regular one. There are regular ones that aren't Kevin Hart shoes. This is my favorite like relax comfort upper that Nike has ever done. I would love to see them put this upper on this shoe. Maybe sometime in the future they'll put more uppers on here. I know that on Nike ID you do have the option to do the Nike grind uppers with like the recycled material, and maybe it's just because of how it looks on the computer, but those look like they may be a little more durable. But that's the one thing. This is a very minimalistic upper, but it's cool. It looks nice and clean, does what it has to do, feels good on foot. Now let's get to the tongue. So the little details on the shoe, the branding of the whole N354 logo. So now if we look at the box, let me take this other shoe out of here. And there's also a tag that we get in here as well. That came hanging on the shoe. I'll get to that in just a second. But as we look to the box, this is part of Nike's, like I mentioned before in the video, N354 brand. And what N354 does is essentially they release prototypes of shoes or make shoes in different ways that could enhance comfort, could enhance performance. And they don't necessarily care too much about the aesthetics. So once you open the box, you do get this label on the inside of the box. I'll put it on the screen and then I'll read along with you. The label on the inside says N354 at the top, and then it just says a bunch of things about N354. So it says N354 champions Nike's legacy of experimentation and innovation. N354 is an unapologetic exploration to push the boundaries of design. N354 is not a trend. N354 is not conservative. N354 is not scared. Then established in 2019, Beaverton, Oregon. So yes, established in 2019, Beaverton, Oregon. Like they said last year, I did get the in 2019. I did get the Air Force One type N354, and I wasn't feeling it too much. But these, I'm 110% feeling. Like I said, when you do get the shoe brand new, obviously I've worn these already. You get a tag on, I believe it was the left shoe, and the tag reads, I'll put it right here so you can see, I'll put a picture of it up on the screen, but the tag reads N354 captures the innovative nature of Nike while creating a place to test ideas. This N354 label collection explores a spectrum of underfoot comfort and sensation. Risk plus stress equals for the win, or sorry, risk plus stress for the win. It doesn't say equals. And then you have that little drawn Nike swoosh. Now speaking of that hand drawn Nike swoosh, one thing that I did think was pretty cool, where is it on the sneaker, you do have that hand drawn Nike swoosh kind of embossed into the midsole of the shoe. And speaking of things put into the midsole of the shoe, on the right shoe you have the labeling right medial, left medial, kind of a deconstructed look, similar to what something that maybe Virgil would probably do with an off-white sneaker. But absolutely love these. Now, these are essentially, like they said right here, they're just basically a test of different cushionings, where you could put cushioning together. This shoe, for those of you guys that are familiar with the Alpha Fly Next Percent, is essentially the prototype for the Alpha Fly Next Percent. We're kind of able to see more of the guts of that shoe. I'll put that up on the screen, but that is so this shoe technically is where that shoe came from, even though reverse order was opposite. Nike decided they wanted to put these out to the public, and I am not mad about it, man. Yo, these are so comfortable. I know this video may be going a little long, but yo, y'all don't understand how comfortable this shoe is. Let's get to the outsole one time. So another thing that I may be worried about is the outsole is a little bit thin. You know what I mean? I don't know how well you can see that, but it's a little thin. I don't want these to wear down too fast, but the treads are thicker on the heel part, which is always a solid sign, especially for those of you that drag your heel. And then the last thing I'm gonna tell you about these before I do get into showing you the on foot is that I definitely do not recommend driving in these. So last night I went to go pick up some Thai food down the street, hopped in my car, and just this heel adds like a solid inch to the back of your foot. It just felt really weird driving. It felt like a leg workout. My shin was burning a little bit trying to move around, navigate between my brake and the gas. So either just take your shoe off to drive or put on another shoe to drive. This is not a great driving shoe, but it is extremely comfortable everywhere else, walking around, whatever you're going to be doing. Great all day comfort shoe. But that's all I got to talk about the shoe, really. I'm probably going to be, I'm torn if these are going to fit into my top 10 pickups of the year. I guess technically no, because technically I didn't pick them up. But I know you guys in that list want to see shoes on how they look, not necessarily how they feel. And honestly, these aren't the best looking shoe. They just feel great. But I will probably be doing like a list of my most comfortable shoes, the sneakers that I think are most comfortable. Maybe something talking about different Nike technologies. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. But that's enough talking about that. Let's get into this on foot and then we'll finish off the video. Alright, YouTube, you got to see the on foot of these bad boys right here. The Nike Zoom Type, man. Nike Air Zoom Type. Sorry, absolutely love these. Yo, these joints are mad long. It's like, I gotta like be really cognizant to make sure that they fit in the frame of the camera, because like, this adds so much length. You know what I'm saying? I'm a size 12, but it's about as long as a regular size 13. Just because of that heel, that added heel spot right there, man. But yo, absolutely love these, man. Highly recommended if you guys are looking for something for comfort. If you like the look of these, now don't get me wrong, this colorway, I like the look of them, and I like these so much, I may go in a Nike ID and make me another pair just because they feel that good. And you never know when Nike is going to stop making models, so it would be good to have another pair just sitting. That's one thing that I learned in the past, is if you ever fall in love with a Nike, or not even just Nike, but any shoe, if you ever fall in love with any sneaker for a utilitarian purpose, whether it's comfort, whether it's a boot for waterproof, whether it's just the style of a boot that's also a really good boot, or the style of something comfortable, get more than one of them, because you never know when they're going to discontinue that line. And even if you don't wear the other one for 4 or 5 years, whenever this one finally craps out, then you have your other pair for another 4 or 5 years after that. But man, that's all I have for this video, man. Thank you. Huge shout out to my lady one more time. Thank you so much for these. I will see you tonight. You already know what it is. But thank you so much, man. Absolutely happy to have these. And thank you to all of you. Thank you to all of the subscribers, all of the new ones. We hit 800, man. That's such a huge milestone. Just so thankful for this whole video. Everything about these videos. The sneakers, the amount of subscribers, all of that, man. But that is it for this one, guys. I am the Anonymous Sneakerhead. If you are new here, make sure that you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell. Join the channel. Join the Anonymous Sneakerhead family. Also, make sure that you go ahead and smash that like button. You made it this far, you were probably entertained, so you probably liked the video anyway, and it really helps with the algorithms. If you guys want to support, that is the best way to support, by hitting that like button. And then last but not least, make sure that you go ahead and follow the Instagram at Anonymous Sneakerhead. You get a lot of information posted up there first. But that is it for this video, you guys. I am the most mysterious sneaker YouTuber in the game, and as always, it's all about the sneakers.